easy option, blowtorch. Welcome back to Find a Fork. Today we're going to do a quick side-by-side comparison. Before I start that, as usual, comment the code word down below if you want to win a copy of my book. So, I don't know what the code word will be, I'll make it up on the spot. Yeah, somewhere down below. Make sure you comment on YouTube, don't send me a message on Insta, don't send me an email, comment on YouTube. Now, I have two beautiful Scotch fillets from Riverway Meats in Townsville. They call themselves the Carnivore Candy Store, which I love, and they're really good actually. So I've got two Jacks Creek Angus rib fillets, which is essentially a Scotch fillet, or ribeye, or whatever you want to call it. It's all sort of the same sort of thing. And I'm going to prep them for frying. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare cast iron and straight on the fire. Well, not like in the coals, but straight over flame with just a grill. I have no idea what this is going to do. No idea which is going to taste better. I'm going to have a mate taste one as well and see what he reckons. But all right, got this paper towel here to dry them. You give them a quick dry. We're at Cape York at the moment. Well, we've already been to Cape York, but we're on our way back down. So we're on the old telly truck. We had a really bloody good day actually. Camped last night in an awesome location. And yeah, just had a really nice night, but it was too windy to film an episode. So that's that. I think this will probably be the first of my Cape York episodes. So don't worry, there are a lot more to come. You'll see the full driving, you'll see all the other cooking I do. But for now, this is your little teaser. Okay, coarse pepper. This is salt, coarse salt. Now coarse pepper. Some people give me flack about doing pepper first. I like the taste of cooked pepper. So, you know, those people who say it's wrong, come at me, Uncle Roger. All right, let's get these in the fire. So for the cast iron one, I'm going to use this campfire skillet. I can't remember which size it is. I'll put it on the screen. It's quite a big one. The reason I picked this is because I've had one of these for 10 years and it has never let me down. So we'll see how it goes. Now, I can't do both steaks at exactly the same time because my little fire grill thing is a little bit too small. So we're just going to have to eat them one after the other and hopefully they taste about the same. Might be temperature's the only difference. So to start with, I'm going to use a sort of a high temperature oil. This is peanut oil. You can use rice bran or canola or something like that, something flavourless. And a little bit of that on there, not much. These being quite nice marbled, no, very nice marbled steaks, they won't need much oil at all to not stick. And as soon as you see that smoke, sorry, that oil smoking, we're ready to chuck a steak on. And that's the noise you're looking for. That's been preheating for about 2 or 3 minutes on quite a good fire. There are 1,000,001 different methods for cooking steak. I go for the lots of flips method. Some people leave it, some people flip it. I think they both work. So I'm going about probably 45 seconds between flips. Oil over there. Just be careful on a fire this hot, that oil will 100% light. So I'll just move this over to the extra hot part of the pan, and that's seriously putting some char on it. It's so hot. Now when you do a steak like this and you're not reverse searing it, you're just searing it, and then afterwards you desperately need to rest it. Otherwise it will not turn out right. That sear is looking perfect to me. The trick with cast iron as well is you move it around the pan, because even though it's pretty good with not heating up, not cooling down from the meat, you move it around, you'll still get, each time you move it, you'll get a hotter spot, and a hotter spot, and a hotter spot as the meat cools down that part of the pan. That's done. Let's put it on the breadboard. I'm just going to leave that for about 5 minutes to rest. While I do that, I'll cook the other steak. Straight on the grill. Now usually I'd use an Osprey to do this, but I'm doing this budget trip and I'm going to see how I go with that one. I'm not enjoying it so far, the budget side. I've become very accustomed to nice things in my camping setup, in my cooking setup, and I'm enjoying the trip. I'm missing some things, and the Osprey is probably the biggest one. But this is still working. Like I'm very much alive and I'm still eating well. It's just more effort. Now there's probably too much flame there, so I'm just going to move that aside and just more coal. You can have flame, it's okay, but just not all flame. I would say that's been on there for a very similar amount of time, and I'd say both have been cooked for about 4 minutes. We were aiming for medium rare. Both have a great looking sear. This one will obviously have more smoke. So yeah, let's let's put it down to rest, and we'll leave that for a couple of minutes. Just realised I've only got one microphone, so I'll clip it to that.
The steak was really good.
Perfect, nailed it. There's that microphone too, we'll be right. Okay, so got 2 steaks. You don't know which one's which. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Neither of us have a horse in this race. But the main question I want to know is, what did you think of the Delica today? Did you enjoy driving it?
Is this going on the internet?
Yes.
I did mention selling the Cruiser and buying like 20 Delicas. Surprisingly, a lot of fun.
It's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not good on corrugations, but it's good in flexi stuff. Like, it's good in sorry, not flexi, you know what I mean? Like, as in, like,
yeah, well,
like
yeah.
Undulating stuff.
Mason nearly rolled it in front of us and we just sat there and...
Yeah, it's better than I thought.
The column shift's nice.
Yeah.
It's different.
Once you worked out where low range was, you were fine.
Nearly stalled it in the river.
Okay, so let's firstly see, did I cook it correctly? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't eat much steak, but I'll go with yes.
Okay. That's good. It's a nice bit of steak.
That's really good.
Okay. That's our control. See if we can beat that. Or not. I don't care.
Am I allowed to know what's what yet? Not yet. We'll wait for the second one. Is there anything on it?
Salt and pepper.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Cooked correctly. Yep. There you go. It's not as hot.
Oh. It's a little bit crunchier, that one.
I agree.
Not by much though.
It's a little bit rarer, despite being cooked for the same amount of time.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's not at all bad rare.
No. I think that one wins.
That one?
But it's not far off. I don't feel like that is significantly different to that.
I agree.
I think that's just slightly crunchier. Is that the word? It's got more of a layer on the outside.
Yep. I agree.
But which is which? Is that straight on the fire?
This is straight on the fire. That's on the cast iron skillet.
That's pretty impressive, considering that that's obviously got a layer between it.
Yeah, but the thing is that the cast iron skillet gets so hot that it actually creates a better crust, I reckon. So you look at that crust there compared to that. You can actually see you can see the cross marks on this.
Yeah.
But that's got a better crust. I reckon it's a more even cook. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I reckon it is. But geez, they're both good.
They're both very good.
Tell you what, if you don't want to carry a cast iron skillet, straight in the fire is a pretty bloody good option. But I think we should one more piece to just double check. Oh man,
I'm amazed there's only salt and pepper on it.
A bit of smoke. Doesn't taste like that from induction, does it?
It was very windy yesterday, and I cooked just fine, without a barrier. I think you're right. That one's more evenly cooked. And the outside of that one's slightly crispier, but
They're both just so good.
considering I don't really eat steak, and I really like both of those, you've done well.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one, and there'll be some more Cape York content coming very soon. Cheers.